Hi Aquarius, my sun sign brothers and sisters, welcome to your week ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you are ready to move on, move forward, or conquer some aspect of your life, just one area in particular, if you are totally ready to smash that, Tribal Tuesday is for you. It goes live in February. It is 4 weeks, each week a different FLP session designed to get you to where you need to be and ultimately to get you the knowledge that you're seeking from within yourself. Mindset Magic goes live in March, which is all about 6 weeks of building a mindset that is strong, powerful, and ultimately built for success. Mindset Magic is literally to give you a mindset that is built for magic. It's going to be absolutely amazing. If you want to get your spot on either one of those or both of those, as some people have done, you can do so on the link in the links in the description box below. With that said, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the week ahead has in store for us Aquarians. So, this week we have actions and with your actions and interactions and your path ahead, you have the 10 of Swords. This is about you making the final cut. This is, you know, if it were an audition situation, you know, like roll call, this is you, Aquarius. This is us. This week we are not playing games. We are not mincing our words. This is a grand completion, culmination, and ending. Whether it is your sun sign, moon sign, or ascendant sign, especially if it's your ascendant sign, this Capricorn conjunction that's taking place here on the 13th, right out of the gate as we start this week, right? This conjunction is taking place in your 12th house, the house of endings, the house of natural completions, the house of the subconscious, ending, self-undoing, all of this stuff. The 10 of Swords is basically saying that this week, not only are you putting a stop to all of the, this is about you really, who makes the cut, what is in, what is out. There's no wishy-washy this week. It's either in or it's out, and it's the same for people. This week, the fact that you've got the 10 of Swords as well could very well see you making a choice to end something or to complete something and saying, you know what, this is what I choose to leave in the past. And if you haven't seen him, there's a guy called White Light Astrology. Guy from his channel is called White Light Astrology. Cameron White is brilliant. I really love his take on stuff. Very fresh, very raw. You know how I do. You know how I like it. And one of the things that he kind of suggests is that the year of 2020 truly begins as we hit this conjunction. So this is like the real first week of the year. So really, really interesting. This for me is kind of self-explanatory. It's like who or what makes it in. This is it. This is the final call. Communications and conversations. We've got the 6 of Swords. For some of you, you could be getting contact from overseas. This looks like you're getting international messages. Possibly for some of you, this could be an invite to something that is international. Sorry to say, but for some of you, you could hear of a death that comes from overseas. That's definitely possible as well. The other thing with the 6 of Swords as well, because it represents that moving to better times or differing times, this could really effectively be you kind of putting everybody on notice, you know, and kind of saying, look, these are the things that are going to happen. These are the things that I'm moving with, changing with, all the rest of it. So a really, really interesting one. But yeah, there's definitely going to be some sort of overseas contact over the course of this week, so stay tuned for that. In your money and materials, you have the Lovers, which is brilliant, right? So yes, the Lovers represents choice, but it also does represent relationships. It represents people, two persons. Now, for some of you, This could be a boost to your finances or your partner's finances or your collective money stash or pot. When it comes to your business or your work or your job, this is very much telling you that the way that you're going to succeed over the course of this next week, and actually for the rest of the year ahead, is through collaboration, through tying yourself to other people, other situations. This is going to be a time for you to really network and branch out. And it really asks you, and the feeling that I get from this is very much a question, Aquarius. What are you willing, what and who are you willing to assume responsibility for from now on? When it comes to your home, I mean, for some of you, this could be, you know, because you've got this double hit of 6 energy as well. 6 is the home, it is growth, expansion, it is responsibility as well, it's the family. So you could be seeing a lot of these sort of themes coming up for you this week as well. But yeah, it kind of looks like whatever unions you have, whatever unions rather, or collaborations you do choose to go ahead with, right? Because they're not all going to make the cut. Let's be quite frank about that. Whatever you do decide to keep, they're the right ones. They're the right things, okay? Your love and relations, family ties, and personal relationship. Look at that. That's interesting, right? So your 5 of Pentacles. I mean, this really, for me, it kind of spells it out. So when it comes to family relations, 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords, this could be a family member falling ill. It could be bad news in in that kind of respect. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it for you. You guys know me by now. I will give you the tea as it comes up, right? The other thing is as well, this could, and I will say this to you, if a family member asks you for money, just be very sure that you have it to lose, because it's not something you will get back. You know, usually I say, oh, the time frame might not be, just no, don't expect it back. So if it's something that you don't have to give, don't loan it, right? Is my first advice to you when it comes to family and family ties. And like I said, it does look like that you could be hearing about something that's happening at a distance. It could be a family member falls ill. You could possibly hear of an overseas death of some sort. It's for sure a possibility. And then for those of you that are single, the 5 of Pentacles, I mean, this is not a week for love. It's not a week for tying yourself to anybody. It's not, this is a week where you're cutting things off and making the separations. So anyone that comes in this week is probably likely not to be the next energy for you. For those of you that are partnered, this 5 of Pentacles basically says look after yourself this week. And the reason I say that is because you might find that you're a bit more accident prone. Just look after yourself in any respect. And it's the same with your partner as well. If you've got a partner, tell them just to be really careful, because very often this card can see people being out of pocket after or due to an accident or an illness. And with the 10 of Swords in close proximity, that really for me says, there could be like a broken bone or something. So this is a week to be really extra careful when it comes to the physical, tangible stuff. So let's have a look-see at the energy for the key to the week. And this week we get the Empress card, right? So it's going to be your communications, your travel. It's going to be your long distance travel or overseas travel. It's going to be your collaborations, partnerships. It's going to be your finances. Those are the things that are all right this week. It's the other stuff that kind of really does need to be looked at. And I'll be honest with you, this is the one that stands out for me more than anything else. No matter how bright and lovely the Empress is, it's that 10 of Swords that's kind of saying to me, this is it. This is like, if you're on this list, you're in. And if you're on this list, you're out. There's no, and I said this to Capricorn as well, there's no in between. Because of the energy that we're dealing with this week, whatever you do, whatever you move on with, whatever you include this week will have an air of finality about it, will have an air of this is the way that it is for the foreseeable. So keep that in mind. So whatever comes up this week, you know what to align yourself with now, and you know what to move away from. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week, even with the challenges. I know I'm an Aquarius, as many of you know, so there you go, right? Keep keep your eyes peeled, keep your ears open, walk your path, and ultimately just know that what and whoever is meant to stay will, and what and whoever is meant to go will. All right, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Take care. I'll see you soon.